An airplane at 39,000 feet loses both of its engines in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. 306 people on board. No land, no options, and no one expected to survive. But what happened next should have been impossible. The plane didn't fall. It kept flying, without engines, for over 120 kilometers. And the reason everyone lived comes down to one man and one decision made in seconds.
August 24th, 2001. For most people, it was just another day. Airports were busy, people rushing through terminals, checking their tickets, looking at departure boards. Some were tired, some were excited, some were just trying to get home. A father holding his child's hand, a couple talking quietly, a young traveler staring at the runway. Moments that felt ordinary. No one was thinking about danger. No one was thinking about fear. Because flying feels safe. And most of the time, it is. 306 passengers boarded an Airbus A330. They found their seats, placed their bags overhead, fastened their seatbelts. Flight attendants smiled. The doors closed, and the aircraft began to move. Slowly at first, then faster, until it lifted off the ground. Just another flight, just another journey. Or at least, that's what everyone believed. Hours passed. The plane was now far from land, high above the Atlantic. Below them, nothing but endless ocean. Inside the cabin, everything felt normal. Passengers relaxed, some fell asleep, some watched movies, some stared out the window. The steady hum of the engines, a sound that makes people feel secure. But inside the cockpit, something changed. A small indication. Fuel levels. They didn't match expectations. The pilots noticed. They didn't panic, but they paid attention. They checked again and again. Something wasn't right. Fuel was disappearing, but not in a normal way. And then, everything changed. Without warning, the first engine shut down, just like that. In the cockpit, tension rose instantly, but before they could fully react, the second engine failed. Silence. At 39,000 feet, a massive aircraft became something else. A powerless machine gliding through the sky. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not here, not like this. Passengers didn't understand immediately, but they felt it. The sound was gone. That constant engine noise had disappeared, and in its place was silence, an unnatural silence. People looked around. Some lifted their heads, others looked out the window. No one said much, but everyone felt it. Something was wrong. The plane was descending, slowly but steadily. Below them, the ocean. Cold, endless, unforgiving, and nowhere to land. Inside the cockpit, the captain stayed calm. Robert Pichet, experienced, focused. But this situation was different. There was no engine power,
no second chance. Then something clicked. Gliders. He had flown them before. Aircraft without engines. And he knew something most people didn't. A plane doesn't just fall. It can glide. If you know how. If you stay calm. If you make the right decisions. And he had seconds to decide. He looked at the map. Distance, altitude, speed. There was only one possible destination. The Azores, a small group of islands, far away. But maybe, just maybe, reachable. The aircraft continued gliding. Every second mattered. Every meter lost was permanent. Inside the cabin, people were beginning to understand. Some prayed, some held hands, some closed their eyes. Because deep down, they knew this was not a normal situation. The runway appeared. But it wasn't over. The speed was too high. The systems were failing. Braking power was limited. This landing would not be smooth. The aircraft came down hard. Impact. Tires exploded. Smoke filled the air. Fire sparks beneath the wings. But the captain held control. Second after second, he kept the aircraft on the runway. Until finally, it stopped. Silence. Then voices. Then chaos. Then relief. 306 people survived. Not a single life lost. This became known as the miracle of the Atlantic. But maybe it wasn't a miracle. Maybe it was skill, calmness, experience. One man who refused to panic when everything was falling apart. And sometimes that is the difference between life and death.